Alright, and here we are. This is Tim versus MbL. I'm just jumping into the series because I came back a little bit late from the ACCM Leary series, which was an excellent series. Very excellent series. Also a long series. And here we go. MbL, #1 on the Voobly ladder, I think, versus Tim. Longtime player, Chinese player, and streamer. And I have no clue where we're at in this game. The Feudal Age, we have a Slavs versus Chinese matchup. I think MbL's been a little more aggressive. Now Tim is breaking out in the early Castle Age. A lot of knights, now some camels from the Chinese. Tim going with some monks. 3-town center boom for Tim. 3-town center boom for MbL. MbL gonna make some ships as well. So camel monk ship for MbL. Now we're having a pikeman transition from Tim. Villager number is slightly in favor of MbL. And now some ships for Tim. Castle on top of the hill. I think Tim was going to win that fight, except for that castle being there. Tim really coming forward. Tim going to the Imperial Age. MbL's already in the Imperial Age. Has 2 castles. Probably will be going Chuckanu at some point. Trying to get through over here, but Tim being over ambitious and losing his castle. Here's another castle for Tim. Going into Haub, Galleon. MbL researching Barbara Tower. And nice hill advantage for Tim. Sorry, for MbL. Can destroy that castle easily. Big army for Tim, but he's got to go against these Bombard Towers. Which is so hard, but there's enough army for Tim. Wow. Surprised he took over that fight. Tim with such a gold-intensive army. Oh, and so many demos, killing so much of the Cavalier of Tim. Tim has no counter to the demos. And yet Tim is still pushing forward, pushing up the hill. Taking out these Bombard Towers, taking out these trebuchets. It's so hard to go up this hill. Look at Tim, though. Tim is raiding everywhere in MbL's base. From these stables in the north. That raid leaves Tim with 15 more villagers. MbL kind of stabilizing. Now going to try another big raid on the left. Going to get a few villagers. These Bombard Towers, again, for the Chinese, so good. Unfortunately, the Slavs don't get heavy demo ship. And yeah, the Chinese demo is 50% more HP, you're right. Finally seeing that bonus come to use. I get the feeling, though, this KD is definitely favoring MbL. You always have to worry about how much gold you have to use on Arabia, because it is finite. And I think Tim is losing quite a bit more. Tim doing the best he can with the regular demo ships. But I think MbL has this advantage this game, just these hills are so strong. I think he's taking more efficient fights this game. Of course, that Slav's eco is so strong. Don't see any of that Slav siege. Maybe that's what we're missing. Man, this is a long game. A lot of Hussars moving south. Hussars all over the place for Tim. That's a good advantage you can have as the Slavs. MbL not really pushing through the middle, just kind of holding this hill. Now it's Haub on Haub fight. Of course, the Slavs have better Haubs. Some demos coming in. Not too many ships now that gold is run out. Better late game army definitely goes for the Slavs. Better Haubs, better Hussar. Worse skirms, but still 2 out of 3. But better position for MbL on top of those hills. I think Tim should have this game. Tim once again pushing up this hill. Let's see if Tim can take a big fight. Half of his army is back here. Here comes the big demo. Oh, that demo killing so many Hussar. And Tim might not have enough to go up this hill. Working on this castle as hard as he can, but that demo might seal things. That trip going down. Castle did go down. And I'm sure Tim's going to try another raid as well. Not too much raiding going on in Tim's base. MbL getting the score lead. Has a better KD this game, and finally we're caught up. We're 1 hour and 18 minutes in. Why does this lumber cat look so much more fuzzy? Maybe my eyes are just going staring at the screen for so long. It's not how hubs are so OP. They are so OP. They're so good. Just three Halb on the field max. Probably also true. This castle. Heavily on fire. So Tim's going to try raiding to the south. There's actually a lot of villager scale here. We're at 74 villagers versus 88. MbL's pretty low in villagers. So this raid could definitely do some good. As well, MbL's at the limit for resources. Meanwhile, Tim has 2,500 food in the bank. He's got those slab farmers. And as well, look how well they're working. None of them are being harassed at all. Feels so slow now, I know. MbL never bothering to wall off on the sides. It's still a good raid. So now we're down to 66 villagers versus 100 villagers. And normally that's a pretty significant advantage. That is a pretty significant advantage. So many more resources coming from Tim. Tim as well with Siege Ram done. MbL loves his bombard towers. Well, a lot of players like them as Chinese. They get more HP. And another big raid for Tim. MbL can't be affording to lose so many villagers. Looks like MbL bringing his army up to the north. This is a great area to raid, but should probably be raiding with Halbs. That would work. And this fight should clearly go for Tim's favor. Listen to the Halbs come in. Here comes 2 Siege Rams. Looks like they'll get cleaned up. A lot of villagers going down for MbL. Now down to 60 villagers. It's now double the villagers for Tim. Despite all that, MbL still has a massive score lead. Tim transitioning two-handed swordsman. Interesting. I don't know how he's got the gold for that. Let's check the relics. It's 5 relics. Okay. Okay, if you have 5 relics, might want to go for champion. There you go, a few demos. How did Tim get 5 relics? Wow. Great map control. And I wonder if Tim is even going to upgrade the champion upgrade. It's like, what is it, 400 gold? Such a good upgrade, but... So the champion's 10 more HP and 1 more attack. And 1 melee armor as well. And here's a big raid. Wow. Big raid onto Tim now. So Tim's going to drop a lot of villagers. That said, let's see how these two-handed swordsmen do. Tim's pretty good about map control in general. I would say that's kind of his style. I did like a little spotlight on Tim maybe 6 months ago, showing 3 of his games, but he's really, really good with map control. So I think Tim's been gathering more resources the last 5-10 minutes since he's had way more villagers. Now he's ready to be able to make use out of that. 175 population versus 130. Oh, wood might be running a little bit thin on this map. There's only 41,000 left. I think we start with like 250,000. And there's that champion upgrade. Even stronger. Yeah! That's funny, Boom the Dummy. That's 100% true. 100% description on Tim. That is such a good description. And there you go, champion. So Slavic champions. You got that 13 plus 4 base attack plus 5 attack to any unit that is surrounding the champion. You can imagine how much that attack that really is. That's already 17 attack. You're boosting that to 23 if there's another unit next to it, and you're boosting that even higher if there's 2 units surrounding it, and MbL's going to call GG once he sees those champions. Man, nice play from Tim. That was hard. Hard pushing up that hill. MbL as well, I think, is the #1 rated player on Voobly. Great showing. Great showing from our East Asian players so far. Let's hop out. Alright, hello everyone. Welcome to Game 2 in this series between Tim and MbL. First game was a fairly short cast for us because it went by really quickly because we jumped in when it was mostly over. This is Bog Forest. As any Black Forest map, as like any Black Forest map, it's very important to get a good wall off. See if anyone got Loom. We have Loom for MbL, playing as the Turks. Good Civ. Tim playing as the Malians. No Spanish this time. No crazy elite cannon galleons like the last matchup. But definitely a better wall for MbL. Of course, MbL has a lot more invested into this wall. He got Loom as an extra villager here. And it's a better wall. It's definitely a better wall. But is it going to be worth all the extra villager time and idle town center time for getting Loom? I don't know. Oh, MbL going to call it re. Maybe he thought it wasn't. I don't know. And let's exit out. Hello everyone and welcome to Game 2 of this matchup between Tim and MbL. Tim taking the first game, which was Bog Arabia. We're on Bog Forest, which is essentially Black Forest. And the most important thing in the early game of Black Forest is to get a good wall off up. So MbL gonna send 2 villagers forward, gonna get Loom. MbL plays tons of Black Forest, so he's gotta have a good advantage here. Gonna get 2 hits on that scout. Tim only sending 1 villager forward and without Loom. This is so risky. How the hell are you gonna do this if you're Tim? Alright, maybe you gotta get 2 quick gates up. That villager still doesn't have Loom. So risky from Tim. So risky. Alright, that scout's gonna go back. Now this is at risk. This villager can sneak somewhere. But MbL's not going to do that. Now Tim's sending forward 1 more villager. Again, without Loom. And again, a better wall off for MbL. MbL's playing as the Turks. This is very much a rush civilization, especially on Black Forest. Sorry, a rush civilization on Black Forest, not really Arabia. So a good wall up is going to be essential. In fact, MbL going to delete that wall and going to go after the unloomed villager. Going to get 2 hits on it already. The scout is already weak. And I don't know if Tim's going to be able to finish this wall off. Just keep going back and forth if you're MbL on this. If you can. That doesn't look like you can anymore. It would have been 2 villagers worth of idle time. Luckily, Tim got that wall off, but I like the MbL strategy a little bit better to get Loom, get that extra villager out. At the end of the day, Tim did have to bring another villager back, did have to get Loom. We sometimes do co-cast. The problem is usually our times don't ever align. And I tend to find it more efficient to have all of us cast individually once a week rather than say you know, us cast like twice but have like a co-cast. So it really just depends on the time. I think definitely Lita will be joining me for one of these casts, or he'll be taking over. Either one. I'll have to talk to him about it. For tomorrow, we'll have the games same time tomorrow and same time on Sunday, by the way, so please do come back. Tim building his lumber camp there. Gonna send 2 extra villagers over there as well. And we've got a lot of time to talk about Black Forest kind of things. So let's talk about the civilizations. We have Malians, and the Turks. Malians gonna have a good economy, at least going into the Imperial Age, where their buildings will be cheaper. They also mine gold a little bit faster. Late game army composition. Their ships are definitely not too good. I have to mention the ships, of course, because you can build in the ponds. Their ships are not too good. Their unique unit's not that good. Siege onagers are very good for the Malians. Of course, their light cav and their cavalier with Farimba will be good. And their champions will resist a lot of extra arrow fire. Still won't be too good against the Turkish Janissaries, or hand cannons. The Turks, you think of hand cannons, Janissaries, bombard cannons, heavy cavalry archers, Hussar, and bombard tower. So I think Turks definitely have an advantage. They're a better rush civilization. They're all, and they might be a better late game army composition civilization as well. I'm going with the dock right away, probably to get some of these box turtles. Actually, that's a deep fish right there. Hato versus Hera. We'll talk about it in the chat afterwards. Anyway, so that's the civilization matchup. I would definitely give it to Turks. As well, they're cannon galleons. Maybe we'll see some of those cannon galleons with 2 extra range. Oh gosh. Taking a look at the maps. Very much going to be focused here. It's going to be hard to get a cut through this north side. South could definitely get a cut through later on. We have this gold. A lot of gold's very forward for Tim. This is a very problem area, especially if the Turks are going to push. MbL, interestingly, double layering walling is to prevent any sort of rush.
Emrin.
Hazır.
And MbL going to gold. I'm going to keep an eye on when he goes to stone. There we go, MbL going into the feudal age.
Efendim?
Emrin.
Tim as well. Pretty identical times. We have one more villager for Tim. And Tim's going up slower, so that is... Actually, that's normal. That's pretty normal. Gotta find things to talk about, man. Four villagers on gold for MbL. I'm gonna go to berries. No stone quite yet. I'm gonna be surprised if we don't see any stone being taken for MbL. He's not gonna go Janissaries? And for Tim, 3 villagers on gold, standard build. Still no stone being taken. I'm very surprised.
Hazır.
What is MbL's plan going to be? 3 town center boom? Remember, once again, MbL plays tons of Black Forest. Definitely has an advantage on this map. We build a market, blacksmith. And where's this villager going? Going to stone. But it's a little late to go to stone. Usually you mine stone at least in the late part of the Dark Age. But it looks like MbL's going to send 6 villagers to stone to compensate. But even then, a castle is not going to be ready right away. I can just tell you from the timings. And these villagers need to be sorted out as well. These 2 should go here. This guy should go here. First eco upgrades coming in from Tim. No eco upgrades yet for MbL. So MbL's economy is not doing as good. Tim went up with 1 more villager. 3 fishing ships for him. Sorry, 4 fishing ships for him. So definitely Tim has a little bit of better economy. Of course, he's playing as the Malians too. So he's definitely saved a lot of wood. But now the big question for MbL is, do you add a town center right away? Or do you save up for that castle? And also, are you going to go for a fast imp? Or are you going to try to boom behind the castle? And if you're Tim, how do you defend from this? Tim taking tons of gold. So much gold, in fact, that he's oversaturated his gold. Tim is Tim going to do a fast Imperial? Looks like he's going to do a fast Imperial, but he doesn't have the food. He's got enough gold. Why no farms if you're going to do a fast Imperial? What is going on? Is it going to be a mug rush? What the hell is going on? Here's that castle. I think that MbL probably bought some stone. Do you have enough stone? There's that castle. Tim sees the castle. Tim going to go with the monastery right away to counter the Janissaries. That's an okay choice. So much gold for Tim. 700 gold. And there's that town center. Alright, let's see how these monks do against Janissaries. Monks have 1 more range than Janissaries. So you think the Janissaries would be pretty good, but the Janissaries are also inaccurate. Alright. MbL catching up on his eco upgrades, now going with Bosaw first. That free light cab is really useful, wow. That'll be great at picking off monks. That monk is gonna go for the relic first. I think he needs to convert. Let's see if they can't get that light cab. No, not gonna get it. And nice wall from Tim. Should continue to wall through this way as well. Let's see if Tim can hold back the rush of MbL. MbL behind this has seeded a lot of farms, even though he's got a good amount of food. MbL's probably going to be going for a fast Imperial Age. Classic Turkish rush. And there is a hole there. There's a hole. The light cab is going to get at least 1 monk. Going to get the scout. Going to get the other monk. 3 monks down for 0 conversions. That went horribly wrong for Tim. Tim missing a hole there. The scout getting through, killing 3 monks. And that light cavalry is still alive with plenty of HP. You guys prefer the right click and scroll or the edge of the map scrolling? Be very precise with the right click scrolling. This is terrible for Tim. Tim needs to get some lucky conversions just to stay in this game. And that monk is going to get picked off as well. Alright, that monk is probably not going to get a conversion. Gonna try. Look at the little pitter-patter of the water. That looks pretty cool. Oh, here comes that light cav. Here comes that light cav. Gonna try to get towards the town center. Town center's gonna shoot a few arrows. But 1 monk going down. So far, Tim with 0 conversions. Is that going to change right now? One conversion. And these Janistries are kind of on their own. They can't be reinforced. Or maybe Tim could eventually convert those. Villager count still even. MbL with little food in the bank. I guess spending all that food on Janissaries. Oh, actually added another town center. A little surprised by that. Alright, prefer edge of the map. Right-click scrolling is when I right-click and I go like this. Oh, nice hit from MbL. Just gonna take a hit and run away. And that's what you need to do with the Janissaries. Here comes a castle for Tim. That'll shut down any aggression, at least until Imperial Age. Alright, Tim just has to convert these units, and then he'll be fine. And we'll take this game into a late game. One more monk going down. Here comes that light cav. 2 monks are going to focus on that one. One of them has to get him, right? There you go. Finally converted that light cav. Converted 2 Janissaries, and that's going to get cleaned up. But look at that KD, 15-7. Wow. So good rush from MbL, taking a small advantage in this game. Perhaps even a big advantage. He's up by 10 bills. Tim is going to the Imperial Age. Tim could win a trebuchet battle. I would have never thought the Malians would be the first to get to the Imperial Age. But MbL won't be too far behind, and MbL will have a much better economy. Up to 500 food already. Just needs to idle his town centers a little bit, and he'll be up. We'll get that bombard cannon out very quickly. Does Turks counter Malians particularly well? I wouldn't say they counter Malians particularly well. Certainly Malians would be better on Arabia, but Turks are very good on this kind of map. Very choke pointy, Black Forest kind of map. So the thing I was most concerned about was the Turkish rush, and the Turkish rush did some good damage. But certainly, Tim is still in this game. I think the Turks should still have an advantage late game, but I wouldn't go so far to say that the Turks counter the Malians. But I do worry about those bombard cannons for the Turks. I think the best thing the Malians probably have going for them are the Furimba cavalry. There we go. Imperial Age coming for both players. MbL only now researching Rio Barrow. Tim has yet to get Bowsaw, so I guess it's even. Let's see if Tim can take out this castle of MbL before MbL builds the trebuchet. MbL, of course, has the Siege Workshop ready, though. As soon as he hits Imperial Age, he'll get chemistry for free, and we'll be able to build bomber cannons right away. And both players will continue to work on their economies. They're only at 60 villagers. Just a little bit longer. Here comes that trebuchet. I think you want to park this trebuchet like a really precise distance. That bombard cannons won't be able to hit the castle. I think that's perfect. Redemption even coming in, block printing. Redemption is going to be to try to convert the bombard cannons. Of course, these Turks get Hussar for free. Counter the monks. And another castle right behind this for MbL. I like this in this situation because I feel like MbL should have some momentum. Might not even lose the first castle. The second castle is going to build the trebuchet. Bombard cannon is ready. now Tim should definitely repair this castle. Been getting a lot of monk upgrades. So castle goes down for MbL, good. But so far, Tim not repairing his own castle. Just with a few villagers, but 4 villagers not going to be enough. And Tim coming very far forward. And that bumper cannon's going to go to work. Going to bring a few villagers over to repair Trebuchet, but it's already too late. One's down. Hussar could try to run in. These palisades are still up, and they might actually do something here. This bumper cannon's so good. Tim getting conscription, maybe just in case his castle dies. And all the trebuchets going down for Tim because of those 2 bombard cannons. Tim has to find a way to hold. He's going to go to Camel. Camel's a good choice. It's the Hussar. Getting bloodlines. It's going to take a while to get these upgrades. Whereas the Janissary is strong right now. Artillery even coming in for MbL, making the bomber cannons even stronger. Wants to keep them out of range of the monks, of course. That's the big thing. Both players still booming. 15 more villagers for MbL, wow. Now only 1 trebuchet for Tim. And a bunch of gates coming up from MbL. Or why not? Why not avoid some surprises? Let's take a look at MbL's base. With this stronger economy. And taking out that trebuchet with ease. Here's MbL's, Tim's base. Much smaller. Heavy camel coming in from Tim. Maybe you should play MbL, Joshua. Alright, looks like MbL is ready to push out. He's got some Hussar ready. Doesn't even him in his castle. And he's gonna go through those gates. Alright, let's see if Tim has enough to defend. He's got a lot of monks. Gonna build a castle behind. Researching heavy demo, okay. Only has 3 done, they're gonna pop out. Unfortunately, Tim's showing his hand a little bit. Don't want to do that. Currently, relics, looks like it's probably 3 to 1. Relic has, no, 3 to 0. These relics haven't been picking up yet. No, Tim doesn't have Farimba. Doesn't even have any of the armor. Doesn't have any upgrades at all. Except for husbandry. Unless that's a... No, that's a converted Lycav? Yeah, it's converted Lycav. There you go. Bloodlines +1/+1. Alright, slowly by slowly, MbL pushing forward. And at the same time, massing more of his army behind the castles. And Town Center goes down, and we talked about it earlier in this game. How Tim's golds were forward. Where's Tim getting gold right now? Well, has that original gold. Has quite a bit of gold over here, so he's fine for the time being. Tim getting handcart. MbL already has it. Tim doesn't have the Bosa upgrade yet. That's a big one. That is definitely a very big upgrade. And what is Tim doing? Tim, where are you going? Oh, what are you doing? You can't build a mining camp there. Are you crazy? Are you crazy? What are you doing? Are you trying to bait maybe the hustler? I'm gonna build a lumber camp now. Bombard tower again, classic MbL. Alright, MbL just taking his time. Gonna mass his army as much as possible. And look at this, Tim has a bunch of heavy demos ready. Alright, at this point, players are getting towards their ideal villager numbers. They should be pretty boom. I think MbL's just going to take baby steps with his bombard towers and not going to take any risks. That way the demos don't catch him out in the open, but the demos are coming. There you go, one explodes. Looks like the Janissers were able to get out of there. And they're all being stuck. That was still a good fight, just go back now. Okay, I'm gonna go for the trebs. I'm gonna get one treb. This treb's pretty weak. Those trebs are definitely going down. Not too bad, Tim getting some breathing room. Killing off some valuable units. The Janissers are all still alive. They went back into castles. And Tim really going for that gold. He still can't take it. Tim, you have this gold here. There's tons of gold there. MbL building more bombard towers. Is this a comeback? I hope not. Look at that range. Wow. Able to shoot all the way over here. It's gonna be such a pain to remove these bombard towers. And going back, remember the first minute of this game where that original wall was built, and look at where MbL is right now, in a much better position. And Tim is is just trying to defend the front part of his base. Can't wall it off at all. All goes back to that original wall. Tim researching crop rotation and still hasn't gotten the Bosa upgrade. Unpushable for Tim. It is going to take Tim quite a bit of time and effort to get down these bombard towers. Alright, let's see if the demos can do it. Are the Jannies going to go inside the towers? Pretty worthwhile shots. We're going to bombard cannon as well. These towers are still going up. Oh gosh. How do you break this? That range is insane. I think Tim is outmatched here. The economy of MbL, the military of MbL is insane. How can you drain the Turks of gold when the Turks is taking over one of your extra golds? I just noticed as well, MbL finding this extra gold. There's plenty of gold still on the map. MbL has 800 gold to work with right now in the bank. And what's the next strategy going to be for Tim? It's so hard. Tim tries to run in, and the Janissaries just run away. And there's so much choke pointing. Of course, Age of Empires pathing. Can't really get to Janissaries. This bombard tower is even within range of this trap. MbL's bombard tower push. Barimba finally coming in for Tim. But this is still not a strong army. And this whole time, these are just regular Janissary. These are not elite Janissary or anything like that. And this is big. If MbL can take over this gold. Getting architecture. Getting every upgrade for these towers. And there we go. That gold is free to mine. Oh my god. This is insane. And how do you win this if you're Tim? If you're Tim, do not go through that middle at all. Try to cut through and raid. Just cut through and raid. All the defenses are there in the middle. Are you gonna destroy the buildings with the bombard, with the heavy demos? Can you do that? Where are they going? Yeah, actually gonna try to weaken them a bit. Not enough to destroy them. Where did the Jannies go? Did they die? I don't see any Jannies. No more Janissaries. Okay. There's no army here for Tim. Sorry, there's no army for MbL. And yet Tim still can't push down one of these bombard towers. Oh, there they are. They went in the tower. Of course. Oh, if that didn't work, nothing's gonna work. How accurate a bombard tower is not very accurate. But they're good enough. It's not that they're not accurate. The problem is when they hit, they have 120 damage. Alright, so I think this game's gonna definitely go to MbL. Oh gosh. MbL showing us his Black Forest skill. That's what this is. It's experience. On the bright side, I guess Tim denied his gold to MbL for the time being. Oh god! Can we please see the cannon galleons? Can we see the cannon galleons, please? I'll be so happy if we see cannon galleons right now. Oh no, just some demos. Maybe I'll even try to repair these bombard towers. I think maybe cannon galleon should be something that Tim should consider if the Malians get it. I was just gonna work. He keeps trying to go for the bombard cannons, but he's missing. Living the Turkish dream. Just need some cannon galleons right now. Alright, so 5,000 gold left on the map. There's no gold left to be mined for Tim. Tim has 2 relics. 1 relic for MbL. He hasn't taken the other one. Sitting there with his monk. I don't know. If you're Tim, can you just hold out? Oh. If you hold out, you can make this a really long game, and maybe... Tim, the problem is MbL still has access to this gold. So maybe MbL should consider at this point maybe Elite Janissary. I think that would probably be a very strong play. Here comes a few, oh, they're gonna go straight for the trebs. Here they go. And 2 for the light cap. No, my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. Huge hits. This game is pretty easy to follow. I don't have to I don't have to move my screen too many places. Late blast furnace for MbL. Let's see. It looks like Tim finally got that bow saw upgrade. And don't you love with the... Oh, here's another big fleet of heavy demos. I don't know, I love with Capture Age, a lot of the casting is actually... Let's take a look at the players' resources. Let's take a look at their army counts. Let's take a look at their technologies. Let's take a look at how much gold is on the map. I don't have to do any of that. It's all on the screen right in front of you. So you guys can just enjoy this battle, I guess. I can still point it out to you guys. But don't necessarily need to show you. Katie, surprisingly even MbL still has a much better one. Oh my god! What does grayed out research mean? It means that it has not been researched. Oh wow! Oh, this is pretty cool. Those are some pretty good demos from Tim. MbL saying cancer. Oh, I'm not sure what he's referring to. Display the demo ships. In fact, this game is over an hour long. Some gameplay. This game involves so little screen movement, I could probably keep the rest of the game right here. Oh, single militia! Look at that. Oh, he killed the Janissary! Oh no, don't! Oh, he's gonna go down! Oh, he's dead. Oh, jeez. Oh, jeez. Cool if I could follow the projectile in the bump arc can. Look at this! Look at this from Tim. Sorry, from MbL. Built these forward stables, because why not? And there you go, now I'm gonna go raid. Oh, this is beautiful. This is exactly what you don't want to see as a villager farming. You hear all those sounds in the distance, all those cannons. And you're like, no, it's okay. I'm peaceful over here. Nothing's gonna happen. And then here comes this Hussar. Yeah, GG, no re. I'm gonna go to town on those villagers. Can't fit them all in there. Or it looks like MbL's breaking Tim. Populations are still pretty even. Look at the wood that's banked up for both these players. Luckily, Tim did a good job at preventing any more damage from that raid. One positive thing for Tim, he has one more relic. Fighting new opponents. Why is MbL not taking the goal? He's taking it slowly. He should really saturate it more. To be honest. Are we seeing a dent in MbL? Kind of looks like it. Of course, there's going to be another big raid from MbL. But Tim is kind of holding a little bit. Populations are dead even. Still a bit of gold left to be mined. Only 1,500. Certainly, I think Tim has been better with the demo ships. Get the bumper, get the bumper. Alright, maybe Tim does have a chance of winning this game. Black Force, you can never call too early. These games could go on for a long time. And why would you think Tim would lose this game? It's equal in the population, equal in the villager numbers. Sure, he's having a hard time taking this out, but he can survive. Just in this area, battling here for a long time. Let's see if he's going to survive this raid. Us are immediately fighting the pikemen. One militia always being made from Tim. I think that's like his thing. That's his signature. Demo's cleaning up the rest. And looks like Tim trying to wall this off as well. That's pretty smart. Neither player attempting a cut, but we do have a bombard cannon on the bottom. You play to win, not play to lose. Well, eventually if you play not to lose long enough, maybe you have a chance to play to win. What's Tigui? Tigui is a technology that we never see researched. For some reason, it's pretty underrated. It's the Malians' unique technology that makes their town center shoot arrows, even without villagers being garrisoned. Very good defensive technology. Here we go, got something new. We have some galleons from MbL. Here comes some demos from Tim. Not the best ones, should have focused a little more in this area. $500 gold left to be mined. Normally Tim would win this fight, as you can see by the HP difference here, but you got the bombard cannons, bombard towers to think about. Holy crap. Why don't they add more villagers not even close to being pop capped? Usually 130 villagers is where you draw the line. I don't think they need to add more villagers. At this point, if you wanted to sit back, you could really remaster your army. 130 villages is very, very healthy. Him making slow progress. That dog got trimmed down, and of course, MbL is going to rebuild that right now. Oh, some more demos. AD in favor of MbL. Oh, let's see what other statistics we can look at. Gold value, about the same, a little more for MbL on the field. Castles. One extra relic for Tim. And I assume that's gold because it says 2 relics for MbL and more gold a minute. There we go, it's going to drop. Drops to 60 now, that makes sense. So 100 gold a minute for Tim. Not a lot at all. Oh, big demo! That demo could take out so many demos. Look at this. Takes out at least 5 or 6 demos. What a great demo for MbL. But even then, Tim is still pushing. Why he's pushing, I don't know. How is he pushing? I don't know. These Farimba light cap. Oh, those demos gonna get the treads. Trying to pick off the gold units. Trying to get that bombard cannon. Not gonna get him though. MbL's pop is too low. He's gonna replenish it. Oh, what is this stat? I don't know. I think that's being made. That's probably being made. Or maybe it's military units being made. No, I'm not sure. Yeah, the problem with that is both those units cost gold, and currently MbL has 60 gold a minute coming in. So in 1 minute, it would take him 4 minutes to afford 1 bombard cannon. Is it? He can't have 124 military out right now because he has 122 villagers. Oh my god, this game. This game could go on forever, you never know. It's just too crazy to analyze. You have Pikeman from Tim. You have Light Cav from Tim. Of course, have Husser from MbL. Husser are probably stronger than the Farimba Light Cav, but I'm not really sure. And both sides trying to afford some demos. Tim might be able to afford a few more demos because of the gold. Oh, bombard cannon got him. But there's 2 more. There's this guy over here as well. Score is dead even now. Farimba Light Cap win. Okay. Oops, what did I hit? I feel like I hit something. Alright, so the Farimba Light Cav and certainly the Pikeman as well, keeping Tim in the game. and added 20 vills. Probably a good idea. Now up to 145, yeah. Wow, a lot of vills. You can't have too many vills unless you're pop capped. For the most part. As MbL sees those demos, tries to run back under the towers. You think those 20 extra vills are going to carry him? I don't know. Maybe all that food he invested into vills? I don't know where we're going with this. I have no clue. I'm just numb right now. I've seen too many lives lost in this battle. And now I'm numb to their suffering. Here comes a few light cap coming in through. Let's use the let's use this feature. There we go. This is so beautiful. I mean, in a sick way, but it's a really beautiful tool. Oh, jeez. Oh, gosh. Oh, poor pikeman. Do you remember at the E3 demo when they showed, like, really organized armies fighting each other? And you think how beautiful this is, and it's just, like, real life, and... No, that's not Age of Empires. This is Age of Empires. We have seen armies clash into each other for the last hour. And if all these corpses didn't decay, there would just be piles and piles of corpses that would go 5 feet high. Nova says, and then, there they go. The 20 extra villagers. Oh my god. It's like we have reached a perfect equilibrium state in this game. This is perfection at its finest. You're never going to find a more perfect game of Age of Empires where players are more evenly matched. Where the battle lines don't change at all. Literally just keep the camera right here. Never have to move it. Oh, here we go! Here we go! Here we go, boys! Oh, not too good, not too good. All you need is like one demo to counter like 5 of your opponents. It's like World War II without the trenches. Oh my god. Who is going to give up first? That's the question. Here comes some more demos. Perhaps the player should try something new. Maybe try a cut. The Turks can cut with trebuchets. Actually though, MbL is trebbing down the castle. And those 2 demos were wasted. Got a demo here as well. Fresh, ready for use. I think players are realizing that all their gold should be spent on demos. What is this Treb doing though? It's fighting the house. Oh, what is happening? It looks like MbL is actually pushing. Maybe Tim resigned? Did Tim resign? Top out. Find out what happened. Looks like it's a pause. Okay. Alright. There's someone pausing for now. It's the intermission. It's the halfway point of the game. Get your popcorn. Get ready for the second half. Oh. god. Holy crap. Oh god. Actually, the first quarter. Oh my god. No, but you're gonna cast the second quarter, right? And third and the fourth? Oh, Tim probably needs a smoke break. Here we go, we're back in. Right at this critical moment. Are these traps gonna get this castle? Oh, I don't think so. We've done most of the HP of the castle. So the funny thing is, I think Black Forest is the favorite map of most I wouldn't say players, but like most people polled in the community, I suppose. Most noobs, basically. And it's not the favorite map because people like watching Black Forest or like playing Black Forest competitively. It's everyone's favorite map because when you played against the AI, and you played with your friends against the AI and you were trash at this game. That's the map you played, and that's the map I played. That's the map everyone played. You didn't pick Arabia, you picked Black Forest. You like the choke points, you like the forest, you like the way the rebel goes. But it was never meant to be played in a competitive way. And this is the result. This is the result when you play Black Forest competitively. That said, MbL looks pretty strong right now. He's got 10 more population. Oh, why does Tim always make this militia? This is like the third time he's made this militia. Oh, the demos, the demos! That's nice, very nice. I would rather see Bog nothing. Is this single queue? This is not multi-queue? Who decided to make this single queue? Alright, so trebuchets again, being rebuilt, being reset up. Probably will get the castle down. Here comes another demo. Oh, so close. Oh my god, killing everything. And the castle's still up, but it is on lower... Well... Yeah, it's on lower HP than before. So in another 5 minutes, maybe we'll have some more trebs. Maybe they'll get it down to... Oh, 2 HP. MbL definitely making steady by steady progress. Little by little. I think he's got this game. That castle is toast. It's been on fire for a very long time. Doesn't even make sense, it's made out of clay. Oh, this bomber cannon's out of position. Think about it, that's 8 minutes to get that much gold to go for 2 bomber cannons. Gone, just like that. Oh my god. Thank God the Age of Empires 2 soundtrack is so good. The castle went down! Oh wow! Castle went down. Surely it has to be GG, right? Right? Can you imagine if Tim won this? What would happen? Alright, let's take a look at around the map. A little bit more. Bombard cannon here, this lonely villager. Some buffalo, some rhinos, good food. Oh, one little tree all by itself. Look at that. Villagers over here. MbL still managing his economy. He's a strong economy. Up here, untouched this whole game. Go back here. I wish we had no decay mod. That would be epic. Here come some demos. Kind of a waste. Knock though. Some high score. Trade cog. Is it a trade cog? No, it's a heavy demo. I didn't see the trade cog. I think the extra bills are paying off 150, 134. It's hard to say. Because, Tim, if you didn't have 20 extra bills, maybe you had 20 extra army now. I think that's, I don't know. Arson, what's Arson for? Maybe you have the gold for champion? I don't think it's worth it. I think just more demos is worth it. Demos are the best. Oh, there was a trade card. They're so hard to tell apart. Only 450,000 wood left. Oh boy. Is this 35 stables? Is this really 35 stables? Look at the overlay. It's only 5 stables. Should be more stables. I really think players don't make enough military left. Going on almost 2 hours. I wonder what time it is in China right now. Imagine if GPN was casting this instead. How would he cast this? I just can't imagine that scenario. He would have found something worse than 2 hour Skirt Wars. Has Mr. GPN ever casted anything on this channel other than Arena? I feel like he has. Mission pack to make a trade route. That's funny. Wonder victory. You gotta think how exhausted these players are. at some point as a caster, you kind of... At some point, maybe about the hour and a half mark of this game, maybe hour 15, you kind of stop trying 100% and you just kind of say things. As a player, you have to go 100%, otherwise you're going to lose. So you have to go 100% for an hour and a half. That's incredible. What is 24? 24 is, what is 24? Damn. Is Dad gum? Mutual destruction. Holy crap, man. I don't know, maybe I could leave the screen on here. Just leave it right there. Take a nap. Holy crap. Unfortunately, I think the sound comes out a little bit. There's less sound as you get away from the battlefield. Bombard cannon right there. Should go after the bombard cannon. Solve this war in one duel. For custom Malian light cap with Farimba. Winner takes all. I've been told that the Farimba would win. The light cap with Farimba would win, so that wouldn't be a fair fight. I'm always making one of, like, a unit that's not supposed to be there. There's a knight now. Here's that militia. What's up with his hotkeys? Remember, he got arson for that militia. Honestly, this is just a test of your morale. Isn't that what every war is? How much can you take before you surrender? Trying to add some variety to this game. How long has it been like this? Rogan Wololo, it's been like this for probably... Exactly like this, I would say, for probably 45 minutes. And I think I've run out of game music at this point. Not sure if it's still playing. Oh, it's still in there. It's still there. Yes, that is correct, Leaf Toaster. Now, who wants to talk about Age of Empires Definitive Edition, too? Anyone want to talk about that? Oh, there's that militia! There's the militia! We start a talk show on that right now. I'm sure we have enough time to finish it. So wood won't run out anytime soon. I think you have to get to the 6-hour mark where wood runs out. This is Bog Forest. The notorious Bog Forest. I can imagine T90's fans will be asking him to cast every game on this map in the future. No, this is going to be the new Rage. This is the new Age of Empires. This is the new Arabia. Every tournament will be played on this map. Sponsor is clearly a sadist. Well, the sponsor never wanted Age of Empires 2 to die. And in order to achieve that, he chose a game with a map that will never let the game end. You can't take it anymore. Only begun. If you unfocus your eyes, it's actually not that bad. In to be fair, this might just be you know, the result of perhaps needing some changes to late game 1 versus 1. I don't know, maybe perhaps relics should grant a little more gold. You can see a little more unit variety. Just an idea. How are you supposed to raid? There's one choke point, and the choke point is guarded by a bunch of bombard towers. The Turks can't even cut through the wood. They don't get onager. Malians can cut through wood. But Tim is insistent on taking out these bombard towers and going through the middle. Send the demos one at a time. Don't send them together. Onager cut. Oh, maybe he did onager cut at the bottom. Did he? No, he's cutting with villagers, but they're constantly getting killed by this bombard cannon, which is unfortunate. How many kills has this bombard cannon had? Oh, Tim finally noticed. See, Tim's at 100% right now. He's still paying 100% attention. Yeah, but the problem is doing that for 2 hours. And there's always a militia in here. Why is there always a militia in there? Every time. If Tim didn't make militias, he would have won this game already. This could maybe be like an ASMR video. You just listen to the relaxing sounds of Age of Empires 2. Oh, we have 2 trebuchets to spice things up, and 2 trebuchets down. They almost might get this bombard tower. Almost. Oh. The only reason I'm still here is I feel like at some point one of these players' will is gonna break. Just any second. Any second it could happen. And then we'll see the GG. Oh, somehow MbL got some husser down here. How did that happen? They're doing some good raiding. Leaves Toaster, that's perfectly described. The worst game you've watched in your life, but you've dedicated too much time to leave. You play 2 hours to die like this. MbL doesn't even have stone for an outpost rush. It's all about morale this game. Why not outpost rush your opponent? I mean, that's why Tim keeps adding these militia. Because I don't even need a regular unit. I could beat you with a militia. Beat you with a club. Give him some more hustle. What unit is this following? Is this just the center camera? That's a pretty good raid. That's a pretty good raid. Actually, Tim is below 115 bills. Well, at 115 bills. A lot of dead bodies on these farms. A lot of dead bodies. Oh, I was about to say, it looks like it's paused. I don't know, it looks like... Did MbL just win? Did MbL win? I don't think so. MbL has no food in the bank. Tim has a bunch of food. Rage quit. I don't even know anymore. Tie? Yeah, tie, let's redo the game. Let's just start over. Oh my god. Oh my god. Alright guys, I'm gonna go get a coffee. I'll be back. You won't miss anything, don't worry. Hey guys, I'm back. I got my coffee. I see nothing has changed since I left. It's paused, so the game's paused. Mr. Yo saying, who's been watching this whole thing, been watching the whole series, saying, Tim said MbL went to eat. 11, 11, 11, 11. Needless to say, probably Mend is probably not very amused. But I can't blame him. I did the exact same thing. I brought some pineapple down. I got myself a coffee. So strap yourselves in. We are at the halfway point. This is the intermission. Go get your lunch or dinner or whatever time it is in your country. and geared up for the second half. The second half is bound to be almost as probably even more exciting than the first half. But that's pretty hard to believe, but trust me. I'm gonna sit here, eat my lunch. Yeah, it's a cliffhanger. Stay on the edge of your seat right now. I know, we're at a really, really good time in this game. Alright. I'm gonna eat here. If you have any questions for me, I'm a pretty interesting guy. Let them rip. I wouldn't say that at all. This is a pretty good tournament. It's just a pretty boring map. But this is, the first series I casted was excellent. Not yet. Give me 4 years. It'll be a lot easier than casting this game. Trust me. I have no clue, Mono Scout. Games like this that, leave me with little time to do some coaching. What's my IRL name? My real name is Nobody. That was the name that I was born with. My last name is AOE. I was born playing cast Age of Empires 2. That's all I am, and that's all I ever will be. I can put that on my license plate, though. What's my Voobly ELO? It's 1,700, but I think I have a total of like 20 games on Voobly. As long as I never play on Voobly again, I'll always be 1,700. That's where I'm happy. Oh, look at this! A little bit of noise and a little bit of music to go with my meal. No, I haven't seen the movie, Mr. Nobody. I haven't heard of that movie either. Someone may have mentioned it before, though. The name is because I like the Odyssey, and I like the little joke Odysseus plays on Polyphemus, telling him his name is Nobody. So after, Odysseus is pretty smart. After he tells Polyphemus his name is Nobody and stabs Polyphemus's eye out, he's a Cyclops, he only has one eye. Polyphemus screams out to the ocean, Poseidon. Poseidon's Lord of the Ocean. Screams out to his father, nobody has blinded me. I'm sure Odysseus thought that was pretty funny. Poseidon probably didn't. It's just like, I'm sure somewhere in the world someone thinks this game is funny. They started again, the torture. The horror. The horror. This is nice. Normally we just... Isn't this so nice? Normally we don't have time to get to know each other. Normally we're just casting, you know, excellent Age of Empires 2 games. But now we have time to get to know each other. Isn't that what matters? Yeah, he was raiding. He's still trying to raid a little bit. Actually having a little success. Here we're playing instead of one of these guys. Please make the game stop. So you guys want to help me? This game will probably go to my YouTube. What is the most sensational, eye-catching, clickbait-worthy title you can think for this particular game? Good chance I'll use it. I was thinking Age of Empires 2 ASMR. Can I check MbL's farm count? Farm count. How many farms he has? How do you do that? Who's food per minute? MbL has more food per minute. Battle of 100 years. No, what's the risk? We're not going with that. It's not even... Oh, well, he's a Chinese player. Jeez. That's not the idea I was thinking of. That is too, No, Joshua, the preferred title is not 99% of people won't know how this game ends. It would be 99% of people won't know this game ends. The Hussar and Light Cav fight with full zoom? You mean zoom out or zoom in? You'd see even less with the zoom in. This is like modern art. It's like deconstructing your expectations. Deconstructing what you think you know. It's a pretty good one. 99% of people wish this game ends. 99% of people won't watch this game all the way through. But that's just a fact for most videos. How do we know they're paid? They might not even win this game. Tim might win this game. This game really deconstructs Age of Empires 2 because at this point there's little strategy involved. There's no more technologies to be made. There's no more unit choices to be, thought of. No more civilization bonuses to think about. It's just about production. Maybe a little bit of micro. Really breaking down the game though. Okay, because you make new vills. You get raided, you make more vills. what I'm gonna do when I upload this to YouTube, it's already gonna be a 2-hour video, right? I'm gonna add 2 hours of filler to it. Just for the people that pay attention. Because I don't want to spoil this game, how exciting it is. Add 2 hours of filler to it just for those people that want to watch it. Alright, big raid from MbL. Come on, this has to be it, right? I think this is gonna be it. I think this is just gonna break Tim's morale. I don't think he's gonna die, but I think it's gonna break his morale. He sees all these ratings. GG! 3 Gs from Tim. Do you know how hard it is to get 1 G from Tim? You got 3 Gs. That's respect, man. Alright, wow. See, this game should be I have no words for this game, because I literally had no words. I had no words to describe it, no words to... Just no words. But unfortunately, Zero Empires trademarked that, so won't be using that as the title. Alright, hello everyone, and welcome to Game 3 in this epic series between Tim and MbL. Last game, you just have to watch last game. It was Bog Forest. It was the best game of Age of Empires 2 I've ever casted. And no other game is ever going to be able to compare to that game. So please go watch that. If you're on YouTube, I'll put a little card up on the top right there to that game. So you can enjoy it as much as I did. So, score is 1-1. It's Tim versus MbL. Oh my gosh, that was such a great game. So MbL playing as the Aztecs in green. We have Tim playing as the Mayans in blue. This is a classic Mezzo matchup. And we see players luring in the Rhinos with their Eagle Warriors. Tim bringing back 1. There's another Rhino back there. So 2 Rhinos for Tim, probably. And 2 Rhinos for MbL. All even. The name of this map is Sunderbands. I've never seen this map before. I'm very excited to see it. Because it looks like an epic map. It looks like an aggressive map. And it looks like a map with some strategy. And it might also be a little bit difficult to wall this map because you have the stone here and you can't build on top of the stone. And yeah, it's a classic Aztecs-Mayans matchup. Aztecs are a little more aggressive. They can go with the 5 men-at-arms or militia, Drush, Dark Age Rush, or Feudal Rush. That could bode well for towers as well. Oh my god. Nice logo. Try to block that villager. Do we have Loom done? Loom is not done, but that villager is going to try to place a foundation, and that is successful. It's not always successful. MbL's going to save that villager, but nice play from Tim, delaying that Rhino. And later on, the Aztecs, they can go into Eagle Warriors. That's their specialty. Here we see some of their skirmishers with that ladle. So Aztecs, very aggressive civilization. Great 1 versus 1 civilization, especially in maps that favor aggression. And the Mayans, and Aztecs have a good economy too. Their villagers carry more. Mayans start with an extra villager and their resources last longer, so great economy for them. Cheaper walls. Archers are discounted and they get access to the plumed archer, which is a great unit. Their eagles are pretty strong as well. But they're a little bit more of a wall civilization. Wall, go archers, that kind of style. And yeah, let's take a look at the resources. Let's take a look at the main gold mostly. MbL's main gold in the back. Tim's main gold is in the forward part, but is going to try to wall it. So they are going to wall between these trees. It's fairly easy. But since the rush distance is so small, I wouldn't be surprised to see a player try to tower or men-at-arms their way through. I also wouldn't be too surprised to see players maybe going for a little bit later of a feudal age, getting their economies right, maybe going for some archers or something along those lines. Looks like Tim is going to go with the men-at-arms play. Not surprising, he's playing as the Aztecs. I like both civilizations. Both civilizations, Joshua, have a really good... They have a unique play style. And that's what I like from my Age of Empires 2 civilization. Both of them are a little bit too strong, sure, in the general balance of things, but they are very fun to watch because of their unique play styles. And I'm going to have a little sip of my coffee because I need it. We've heard a lot of opinions on this matchup. Some say Aztecs. Yeah, of course. That's a very good analysis, Joshua. I would agree with that. Some players have a preference one way or the other. Back in Age of Conquerors, eventually players figured it out, and they thought for 1 versus 1 Arabia, Mayans was... Oh, was it? And actually, it went back and forth, but basically all players were picking Aztecs at one point, and then all players were picking Mayans. I think the consensus was Aztecs was stronger, but then there were new balance changes, meta shifts. I know the Viper definitely likes Mayans. Alright, Tim with 5 militia, gonna upgrade to men-at-arms. Men-at-arms can bust down a wall easy. But what's even better than men-at-arms is men-at-arms plus towers. That way, you can take away resources and prevent your opponent from walling behind those walls that you bust down. I'm sure it's a common matchup. There's a few common matchups that you get just with the way the tournaments are and that kind of stuff and the balance. Aztecs and Mayans is one you have to know. You don't have to know, like, Saracens, Incas, or anything like that. But Aztecs, Mayans is a fairly common one. Celts, Japanese, Britons, Franks. Classic matchups. MbL going with the Watchtower right there. It's going to help him bust in through these walls, but not taking any resources right away. Same thing with this tower. This is not really the direction you want to go in. You want to go over here. This is where the resources are. And I like this Tim building his farms at the back. Bunch of villagers on stone for 10. So many villagers. Quick walls coming up. And a tower. Got a wall here. Got a wall here. Wall. There you go. Okay. But MbL can also build a tower here and take away the berries. Actually, MbL is going to build his first mining camp. Hasn't built a stone mining camp yet. And I like this from Tim, laming the gold. That will pay off later in the game. Men-at-arms moving around the right side. These men-at-arms have really not been too useful. They enable the towers, but... Oh my god, that tower is going to be so good. MbL has enough stone to counter tower. I would do that. And it's a little too late to counter tower. That's too close. You might want to counter tower here. Losing a lot of HP on those villagers. Now they're going to have to move out. That is MbL's only wood line. Archer range coming up for Tim. Champ plus Siege Onager is such a hard combo to get. It can't be Onager, it has to be Siege Onager, trust me. Way too much food. Way too much food to get those upgrades. And another good tower from Tim. So far, Tim's tower is being much more effective. MbL built a tower and then didn't really have a plan, and then started mining some stone for defensive towers. Oh, look at this, though. MbL might get some good damage. 3 archers. No fletching, so they're not going to kill a Vil. These guys are in. Can build another tower here. Watch out with that eagle. Yes, but Joshua, how are you going to get up to that point? How are you going to raid? You can't raid with that force. Another tower here, finally taking away the berries, but there's no food left on the berries. There's no point in even towering this. That's a late tower for MbL. Don't like that decision at all. Great tower from Tim. Tim is obviously in Tim mode, Tim EXE mode B, where it's crazy aggressive as opposed to his stonewalling mode. That was a bad decision. Another bad decision from MbL. Not the greatest game from MbL. Losing 2 villagers for no reason. And that's gonna go down too. Oh, he's down, yeah. Now if you're Tim, just maybe make another tower right there. That would be perfect. And you have the stone for it too. Oh, MbL's coming around. Ooh! Potentially could lose some villagers. So far, Tim's done such a great job. Tim's got his own archers, but they're going around the right side. And those men-at-arms are dead. Oh, should have built the second tower here. Should have built it there. Alright, now Tim is going to be forced to move back. Maybe just want to mine some gold with these villagers. I don't think you could do anything else with them. At least not until this army comes around. So much stone for Tim. Gotta use that stone. If you don't use that stone, it's just a big waste. Big drain to your economy. And archers are probably going to come around. They have fletching now, so they can kill villagers. And Tim doesn't have a tower on that gold. I'm wondering why. It's also open there. It's also open there, so Tim's going to put a tower on the wood. And look at this, MbL. Going to place a tower on that gold. Tim knows how important this gold is to him, of course, so he's going to place a counter tower there. And nice counterattacks from MbL. This is doing a lot of damage to Tim. Even Tim's wood, it's messy because it has that tower right there. Been building a market to try to rebalance his economy. MbL is mining a little too much stone. It's a little better. Actually, he's playing as Aztecs, my bad. I was going to say it's better for the mines to have more stone. Tim finally getting fletching. More food in the bank for MbL. So Tim was doing really well. These 2 towers were really good. This tower was really good. Then overextended a bit. Trying to place this tower, had to go back. This tower was taken out because he didn't really wall around it or build a second tower within range. It was pushed back, and then MbL giving a nice counter punch to the gold. Take a look at the villager count. 46 to 43. I do have to say that MbL still doesn't have any economy upgrades. But that's not very good. So MbL's economy is definitely behind. Even though he has more food in the bank, more gold in the bank, and more stone in the bank. MbL running around with these villagers, trying to find another angle. Could place a tower here, here, maybe even here. Those would all be good spots. And Tim knows how important it is to lock down this area. So one tower here, you know, covers this whole area. And as well, it's going to get a few shots on these military units and the villagers. So here's that castle age from MbL. Certainly banked up a lot of food. Tim will be there in maybe in a minute. MbL currently with 6 Eagle Warriors, training a few more. Training some skirmishers as well. So we'll see upgrades probably to the Eagle line and the skirmisher line. MbL's going to try to mine this gold over there. This villager is on 1 HP and there's the tiger. We want to see if she goes down. And finally, MbL getting bid X. No, look, MbL's smart. He's gonna kill the tiger. Poor tiger. So MbL up to the next age. We'll get the upgrades on the military. That'll be great. Tim's finally up to the next age. Tim will have enough stone for a castle if he keeps mining stone. Which he will. And so with this many towers, guard tower should definitely be considered if you're Tim. Nice quick house wall. Might not be enough. He's kind of walling out his archers. But this tower should go up, and it's a good tower. It blocks off the stone axis. Some more farms, but it might not go up. Gotta force that tower up, and it goes up. Should focus on the villagers. So far, no upgrades for MbL coming in. That's a bad fight for MbL to take. I don't know why. Why he's taking that fight. Chainmail armor coming in. Can't really afford any other upgrades. Has a lot of wood in the bank, but not a lot of other resources. Certainly could have used more food, which some of which was denied by Tim. More food would have been good for more upgrades. But MbL not really using that wood. Yeah, Tim, he's got a lot of wood. Not a lot of food, not a lot of gold. What happened to the stone? Is he building a castle? Yes, he is building a castle on the left side. So maybe he doesn't think he has the map control to build it over on the right side. Just wants to secure this area of the map. This is interesting. MbL, the only reason you build this town center here is because you think your opponent's not going to find it. That is a risky area to build a town center. That is very risky. I don't know if I'd build it there. I don't think I would. I think that's just too risky. Eventually that town center is going to be found out. What are you talking about, Beevu? That wasn't a long game. That was a normal game. I cast games like that every week. Him being sneaky, upgrading crossbow, walking around. Now we have plumed archers from Tim. Really like Tim's position. MbL certainly has to upgrade to lead skirmisher to be able to counter the plumed archers. I think that would be priority number 1. Yeah, but that's not really in the spirit of Black Forest. That's like a completely different map. 3 villagers. These 3 villagers have probably been idle for Tim for a long, long time. The big score advantage for Tim. MbL will be taking a... I would like to say an economy lead, but not really. Down by 8 villagers. But MbL with 2 town centers. 2 town centers for Tim also, okay. And Tim looking really strong this game. Oh my god, the plumed archer's gonna go right under the tower. Luckily, there are some skirmishers here to help with things, but MbL hasn't noticed yet and is gonna lose a lot of villagers. And there you go, elite skirmisher. That's a big upgrade. And Tim's just gonna retry in these towers. Why not? This map control is so great. And again, would consider guard tower when you get the resources for it. Might not be too important right now. I'm a little surprised Tim is getting Eagle Warrior, I guess to counter the skirmishers. Tim with a big advantage. 13 villagers ahead, the higher quality army. More towers in a castle as well. This area is still being undetected by Tim. And now 2 barracks from Tim. I'm going to try to convert that economy advantage into a military advantage by cleaning up the skirmishers with Eagle Warriors of his own. And MbL's going to try a little raid down here. Ooh, don't want to run in with the Eagle Warriors. But look at the sandwich that Tim has. Has 2 towers in the north. Plumed Archers raiding in the south. Certainly these Plumed Archers aren't too afraid of the towers. Although they had Bodkin Arrow, but Plumed Archers have 2 base Pierce Armor. So that is something. And MbL's just going to call GG right there. MbL's behind in the economy. Behind in the quality of the military. It's not going to get any better. There's no secret unit that the Aztecs have in Imperial Age. Just to turn things around. Elite Eagles don't fare too well against Elite Plumed Archers. And Tim with a really good Feudal Age. Good towers. MbL with a few questionable decisions as far as going in with the villagers, building the towers. That kind of thing. Managed his economy well, but probably need to invest a little more into army. Need to do a little more damage to Tim. Deny the stone. That kind of thing. So Tim gonna take the second game. The third game, my bad. Alright, so I have to take a call, so let me mute myself and I'll be back in a minute.
Swastia. Apa siya sa
Salve.
Salve. Pero? Presto.
Salve.
Swastia. Apa siya sa nanya baginda?
Alright, I'm back. I'll never play Bog Forest again. That's what it should be.
Swastia.
That's what it should be called. Alright, hello everyone. I guess we'll start the video from there. Hello everyone, my name is Nobody. This is game I don't know, game 4. Game 4 in the series between Tim and MbL. This is Bog Arena. And top right we have MbL and the Violet playing as the Byzantines. In the bottom left we have Tim playing as the Malay. This isn't the arena we all know and love. It is the improved arena, which we will come to love. You can build docks here, so that's all in play. All of these mods use balance things to nerf the ships against land units, but they're still effective. One thing that was pointed out by arena expert Mr. GPN, cast on this channel on Sundays. He pointed out that the Malay might be even more broken on this map because you could build harbors in these little ponds. We'll see if that's the case. Byzantines are already a strong civilization on Arena because they have great monks. They advance to the Imperial Age faster because it's cheaper. And their trash units are cheaper. So they get some really good bonuses for Arena. And the Malay, their big one is that they advance to the next age faster. And maybe we'll see those harbors. Maybe we'll see some of those ships, players going open docks to get fish. That's pretty standard. And players will be going for fast castles, I bet you. And these water buffaloes certainly have a lot of food on them. So, the way you play this, probably dedicate a little bit more to wood, I would say. Well, do you need it? Actually, I guess you don't. A little more to food. You don't need to build that many farms because you have so much food available to you. Go for fast castles. We'll see if players are going to go for monks. Monks can effectively counter ships. The last time I saw this map was last series. We saw longboats versus monks, where the Aztec monks proved to be a little bit better, but you know, they're Aztec monks. These are not going to be Aztec monks this game. We'll see how that matchup goes. There was a Civ draft. I don't know what the Civ draft was. It was choose 5 civs, each player bans 1 globally. Oh yeah, fires with faster attack speed. I never thought about that one, yeah. That could be a good bonus. That could be a great bonus, actually. Those fire ships will wreck land units. If they get within range. I don't think they would be good against monks. Yeah, definitely no slouch on water. They're a pretty underrated water civ in general, I would say. I'd like to see them a little more in the standard water lineup. You got the Malay, Portuguese, of course the Italians. The 4th civ could definitely be Byzantines. Sometimes players pick Mongols. 3 grand gold for Tim. 4 grand gold for MbL. That means we'll see monks. MbL is very skilled on Arena. I don't know about Tim. Tim, I know, has good experience on Arena. Because he's been around for a very long time. Super old player. Not too many players that have been around longer than Tim. I don't know. Are there many players that have been around longer than Tim? There's Doubt, of course. Doubt. Yeah, I think Doubt might be the only one. Let me know in the chat. I'd be interested to know that. Blacksmith market coming up. Market blacksmith. Blacksmith. Blacksmith? Where's the blacksmith? MbL, what are you doing? Oh, it's over here. Okay. Little heart attack. Terra's kind of old. Terra's not a pro. Are you kidding me? I'm just joking here. Spring is kind of old. I don't think he's older than... Yeah, he might be. Second dock coming up for Tim. So 2 docks for Tim. We have 2 docks for MbL. Oh, see it. So Tim gonna go with some heavy water play. Not building anything quite yet. Maybe he doesn't have the resources for it. Gonna get to the next stage super quickly. Nice clean build for Tim. But at the same time hasn't really built anything. Oh, that villager might get mauled by the Komodo dragon. Her friend's gonna come out and help. She's gonna die anyway! She died to the Komodo dragon! Deadly. Monastery coming up for Tim. What was the point of the second dock? I guess to move the fish over. Castle Age for MbL. Malay are omega broken. I've never heard that expression before. Vikings was good. Aztecs was good last map. Omega broken. Tim with tons of gold. It's too much gold for one monastery. Might be adding a second shortly. And MbL with 2 demos right away. Not going with the fire ships, going with demos. And a town center.
Oh Maheshwaraya.
Let's see what happens here. And that scout's gonna get healed up. This is a dead scout for MbL. Usually you don't chase the scout through the gate, but you can get a good scout off if you do. Before the scout dies, that is. And I like the new colors for the for this gray. I like a hint of blue in it. It's nice. Makes it much more distinctive. And here's that scout. He's gonna get the bunk. It takes like 2-3 hits. Oh, close. Three town centers for MbL. Still only 1 from Tim. But Tim is going after those relics. And has War Galley already upgraded. Meanwhile, we have demo for MbL. We have a big eco approach for MbL. And Tim is going to prepare some sort of push after he gathers the relics. I'm just guarding that relic right now. So 5 villager advantage for MbL. Nothing really happening. That's good for MbL. But look at how many war galleys we have. Let's see what these demos for MbL can do. Can they defend himself? Can they help defend him? No loom on this villager. That could be a dead villager. He's going to go back to the town center. And Tim's probably going to lose the scout. Oh, actually, he's going to get the villager and keep the scout. Nice. Also going to prevent that dock from going up. And a siege workshop for Tim, so Tim is really invested into this push. And MbL is really invested into this boom. And another 2 villagers down for MbL. So far, this push has gone great. It's 3 villagers down. Oh! Oh! Oh, he got away. 2 villagers down. And a university probably for ballistics. Right, so MbL is going to need the, what is it called? The War Galley upgrade. Has a monk out as well. Going with a ram. Gonna bust through that gate. and redemption for Tim to convert any siege or buildings. So I haven't seen this. This is a war galley and monk push. Very different combinations. Tim adding another town center, but is in no rush. How many relics do we have? We have 5 relics. So at this moment, just a small economy lead for MbL. He has wheelbarrow, has 10 more bills. Oh, my bad, it's 20 more bills. My bad, that's a big economy lead. As well, MbL is housed. Go with that house. Alright, so this is really all or nothing. These demos are either going to pay themselves off or they're not. And MbL is running out of time. One thing MbL could do, he could retreat all of his villagers to the right side and just build some towers here. Here's one demo. One demo could get 3 monks. Gets 3 monks and a scout. And he's gonna get some more monks. Tim not paying attention. Could use that that monk to convert a demo. Alright, that Tim not paying attention with those monks. Could at least got a 1 conversion. I think he got 1 there. This map has 900 HP walls in Feudal Age. Or at least I think it does. But look at this, Tim! Using his fishing ships to take over. These extra fish that are all around the map. MbL up with a very quick Byzantine Imperial Age. Going to defend it for now with towers. Tim eventually wants to get harbors, but he wants to do a lot of things. He wants to boom his economy. To get the harbor tech, you of course need a castle. Which Tim is almost there, working his way towards it. Here would be a great place for a ton of docks. Tim practices a lot. Yes, he does, and he's practiced for a long time. But he's in very good shape, and has been in very good shape for the last 2 years. There's a Megano. That Megano's gonna die instantly. Alright, let's see. What can MbL do with this Imperial Age? He could get fast fire ship. I feel like the War Galley should destroy the fire ship so easy. Because of that lack of Pierce armor. So that's not going to work. Can get a Trebuchet. Can't do too much with that. You need some sort of army. Maybe you can get monk upgrades. Maybe that's what that Imperial Age will be for. No, no raffle today. No raffle today. Here's the castle for MbL. Where's the castle? Oh, here's the castle for Tim. At the very least, MbL could start with the Trebuchet. Certainly Tim's going to want to get that harbor technology as soon as possible. I think that's a Castle Age upgrade. I would upgrade that now so you don't have to worry about losing the castle time. You know, instead of making trebuchets. And fast fire ship's gonna be the play. Ooh, I don't think they'll do too well. see. Certainly going to want to get careening. I think careening's actually already been done. Alright, Harbors is done. And Galley's gonna go straight for that trebuchet. I don't know if it's worth it. The Tim's castle will definitely go down. I'm gonna build a few trebuchets out of it while it's still there. Tim, with a nice surplus of food, again, has all these extra fishing ships. And as far as villager numbers go, it is 69 to 94. Remember, though, Tim has 5 relics. See how this goes. Here comes those fire ships. How do they do? These are just war galleys. They don't even have... Yeah, they have... What do they have? 7 plus 1. And 6 plus 3 range. Very confused. I think they have bracer. And they do pretty good damage against the fire ships, especially since they're not galleons. But they're doing pretty decent damage. That said, MbL does have enough fire ships at the time. He's converting some more behind. We have some conversions for Tim. You know, MbL is going to try to get some conversions. Gonna get 1 conversion for 3 months. Oh, 2 conversions for 3 months. Both players kind of trading off. Just castle down south. 1 dock. 1 harbor. My bad. He built and we'll probably see a lot more. Tim has a lot of wood. He should start building the harbors now rather than later. Fast fire ship coming in from Tim. And these harbors will do even better because the fire ships are lacking pierce armor with this balance. Heated shot coming in for Tim. Oh gosh. And immediately, MbL gonna go with some siege workshops, probably for some rams to take down these harbors. 80 versus 105 villagers. And these harbors don't really do too much against trebuchets, so... They have blue masts. Because Tim has Alt-G. It has team colors, I assume. Good. That's as good demo hits as you're gonna get. And gonna convert 1 more too. Gonna try to take out that trebuchet, and it goes down instantly. I feel like that castle should have been trebbed down, but maybe MbL doesn't know about it. MbL gonna switch into a standard army of elite skirmishers. And nice conversions for Tim. Gonna get 3 conversions. Oh, 3? Yeah, gonna get 3. And Galleon being upgraded by Tim. Tim going with all 3 water units. While MbL is switching into skirmishers. Checking back on the economies, it's 110 versus 100. So that's evening up. Tim, again, still has 5 relics. Granting him tons of gold throughout this game. And scores are quite even too, flipping back and forth. I think I would take Tim's position because of those relics. I like he has more of a water-heavy composition. He also, of course, has those harbors. And finally, Galleon being upgraded by Tim. This is going to be a big power spike. These Galleons are so good against the fast fire ships. It might be even better than Age of Conquerors. And those harbors, they do a lot of damage versus ships. Even a few karambits for good measure. They're going to go straight after the trebuchets. And one thing that's kind of crazy, Tim has a pretty... Well, he's got 3 town centers, my bad. I thought he had 2, but he didn't build a lot of villages. Oh, maybe he did, like town center. I was going to say Tim has a pretty good economy for only 2 town centers, but he's got a 3rd. And it certainly looks like Tim might take this game. I know MbL is going to stay in this a little bit longer. Oh, I remember those days. I remember those days. Certainly, yeah. Looks like the Galleons are doing pretty well against the Skirms. Are the Skirms even doing any damage? Oh, big hits. Big hits. MbL laughing. I think he's gonna say so stupid, and Tim's gonna take it. GG. Little bit of an upset. Not too much, but just a little bit of an upset. I think MbL was definitely the favorite. He's #1 on Voobly at the time. At this current time, and Tim's gonna take it. Tim's probably number 10 or 15 on Voobly. But that doesn't really matter. It matters about your tournament play. Really good showing from Tim. The old classic. This is a hell of a series. It's just a hell of a series. I can't describe it in any other way.
Yes.
And, yeah. Hope you enjoyed it. I'll see you in the next round of this tournament. I'll see you on Sunday, actually. I'll have some more games. So, you'll see me sooner rather than later. But, yeah. See you next time. Bye. There you go. Tim wins it. And we're going to close up now. I'd like to say thank you to Mem for hosting the tournament. Thank you to Shirazini for helping to administer the tournament. Mem is still streaming. I don't know if he'll continue to stream, but you can do !MSC. I'll host him if he's not going to go offline. My name is Nobody. This is a community channel. Anyone can cast here.